A very good morning to you. Welcome to Friday edition. It's my favorite part of the week, you guys. My favorite day of the week. And in studio today, we are discussing the theater. So, we are also talking about music, especially upcoming musicians. I have a heart for upcoming artists. I don't know why, but I'd like to give them a platform. So everyone who's going to be on this show today is someone who's either starting off or has just started off, and we're giving them a platform to share their experience with us. In studio today, I'm going to start off with theater representatives from Miller's group. We have Emmanuel in the house, and we also have a lady with him, and they're going to be telling us more on what they do on a daily basis. Is it marketable or not? Is it something you can pursue if you're at home thinking that there's nothing you can do? We also have artists who are going to be coming in after the first break, but in the meantime, should you be having any questions for these guys, feel free to tweet us at T47KE or via my personal handle at Anju Ngeshi. Also, there is a phone number on your bottom right of the screen, and let's start the show. Join me in welcoming Emmanuel in the building. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
And the lovely lady. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name again?
Charlene.
Charlene.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. This is Friday edition.
Thank you.
Theater in Kenya.
Yeah.
How does that work? Is it marketable? Because the only theater I know is the one that goes in villages talking about like HIV/AIDS. Is that the kind of thing you do?
No, not really. Theater does work in Kenya.
Yeah.
It's just, let me say unfortunate, lack of better words, that people don't tap into the theater industry that much.
Yeah.
Like, we have shows like each and every weekend.
Yeah.
Different theater companies, Alliance, Kenya National
Yes.
Theater, but people don't go there that much.
Yeah.
I think for Kenyans it's kind of hard giving out 700 bob or 1,000 bob just to see a play.
Yeah.
I think people haven't really tapped in the theater company that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your experience?
For me, theater is not that hard. It's easy, but for people who familiarize with the theater industry, it will be easier to convince someone who has an idea of what theater is to come for a show and pay 1,000 shillings. But the ones that don't have an idea, they will bring a problem when it comes to convincing them to come for the show.
The age factor.
Yeah.
Theater is taken to be, perceived to be, a thing for the old guys. You guys are not even close to. Are you 20 yet?
Yeah.
Like you guys are not even. Like how did you get yourself into theater?
Personally, for me, I have been acting for the longest time ever. I think since I was in around class 5 there.
Yeah.
So I have been well versed with theater in terms of stage presence, acting, directing, and scripting.
Right.
So I had that passion as I grew up. Yeah. So for me, basically that's how I came to learn about theater. Yes.
Are you the person who the teacher used to pick in class and say, "Huyu ndiye atakuwa Jesus," those kind of things in school?
I was actually very shy when I was still in school.
But you did school plays?
Yeah, I did.
That's where it was nurtured.
Yeah.
How about you? When did you start?
For me, I started in primary, but it was not that brought up. But in high school, I did French plays. After that, I joined KU. And after doing some plays, I got a chance to join Miller's, where I did the first play, which was 2 months ago. Yeah. And then this is the second play we're going to do from today to Sunday. So I've encountered a lot with theater.
Yeah, KU is very popular for bringing up the arts, especially guys in theater. Why is that? Because I've never had any other campus that's so strong in that area.
I think it's the way it has been brought up, the directors and everything. We have passionate students. That's why
There's a lot of investment in it?
A lot.
Okay.
Plus, it's a culture kind of. Like, we...
Kind of like the way in school, if you're not in drama club, you guys, where hauko?
Yeah.
So you're in it for the fame.
It's either
You're in
music or dramas.
Or the
Plus it's fun.
It's fun. It is.
A lot of fun.
What do you mean it's fun? Because for me, if you're to ask me come and watch this play and then you're telling me to also pay 1,000, but I'll be like, what makes it fun?
Okay, I'll say it's fun because I enjoy doing theater. But if you don't have passion, if you don't enjoy doing it, you won't see.
You just have to have initiative and passion.
Yeah.
How about you?
It's all about passion and love. I believe in love. So if you love whatever you're doing, everything is going to be okay. Yes. Yeah. So first it has to start with that.
Yeah.
Then two, the factor of entertaining people.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice. If you sit down and you know people are watching you and people want to do whatever you're doing, it's really nice. Yeah.
So what are the kind of topics you handle, or do you how do you determine what message we're putting in a play?
Basically, for mailers, we tend to look for things that people try not to talk about. Like for this play, it's called Razor. It's about FGM.
Yeah.
It's a culture that has been there for some time, but we tend to ignore it. People don't really talk about it, but it has a lot of effects on the ladies who go through it, and those people also who run from it or see others go through it. Yeah, so we tend to try and get the little nitty-gritty things that people tend to push away so that we bring them on stage.
But then again, when you're choosing as a theater troupe, when you're choosing topics that are very sensitive like that, how do you bring out the message? Because remember, we also had some time back the V monologues.
Yeah.
And if you really understand what that is about, you're like, oh my God, so how do you even give this message? So you're talking about FGM. So how do you go about telling people this is what we're talking about without going into the graphics?
We first of all tend to make the script at par, like anyone can watch, if it's a small kid, if it's a grown-up, so that our language is standard. Whatever we do on stage is more or less standard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's basically what we try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many are you in the group?
Whew.
How many are you in the group? You're letting him do all the talking. You're like, how many are you in the group?
So like per play or the whole group?
The entire group.
About 60.
60.
Yeah. About
So
60.
in each play, how many people do you choose, or it depends on the storyline?
It depends on the storyline. Like we had a previous play that had almost 16 people, but this play has a lot of people, like almost 40. Yeah, it depends on the show we are doing.
So it can be very, very high. It can be as low as 16 or just crazy, even 100.
In fact,
we can even have 2 people on stage.
Are you serious?
Yeah, depends on the storyline.
When you're talking about theater, what are we talking about? What kind of styles do you do? Because is puppeteering one of it, or like how do you convey your messages when it comes to kids?
Basically, we deal with a lot of music in it.
Music.
So, yes.
And
yes.
And
Musicals.
dance. Music and dance. So we do a lot of musicals for us. Yes.
So in this Razor, you're incorporating music as well?
Yeah, we have music, we have dance. Then the beautiful part about it is we are going to Maasai land. So our setting is in Maasai land.
Maasai culture.
Yeah, we're not talking beautiful English. We don't have that Swahili tone. Yeah. So it's all Swahili.
When you're choosing the music for this particular plays, I'm sure it goes with the topic of discussion. So like what music are we talking about? Now you're saying Razor is going to Maasai land. So you're singing Maasai songs in it?
Yeah, we have Maasai songs in it.
So if you come to Nairobi, you're singing what?
Gengeton is going to do it for us.
Are you for real? Yeah. So it depends on the area you're going to.
Yeah.
So give us a sample of what you guys do. So you said at times plays are for 2 people. I I'll help. Not. Yeah. So like what kind of things would you do? For example, if I want to spread which message? A gender-based one.
A gender-based one?
Yes.
Whew.
How would you do that? She knows. She has an idea. I think she's like, let's do this.
You want like a skate or something?
Yes. Like how would you, if you're like a 2-person crew, how would you do that?
Let's say he's a manager of a certain company. I have come to look for a job. Then you should act like you don't want to give me the job because you think I'm a female, I can't do the job. So I'm like, why do you think I can't do this job? I'm qualified, I have the papers.
You must be at least 5 years.
So I'm assuming you're that's a door, so you're walking in and he's here, he's seated. Okay, now you do your thing. Okay. Just like how would you do it? Then now we'll go to like how much time do you need for you to rehearse for a play? Okay.
But sir, I have the papers. Why are you denying me the job?
You're not qualified, my
Qualified?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How long have you been doing this job?
6 years now.
We need 7 years, at least, minimal experience.
This is not fair.
It is. Please try to call later or come back next year.
Are you denying me this job because I am a girl?
We have other people who are qualified. It's not about what you think.
You know what? I give up.
It's okay.
Don't call us, we'll call you. So basically, any message or anything that's happening in the society, you bring it out via play.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the best avenue to communicate a message?
Yes, because personally, I am sure.
Yeah.
We have almost 70% of the youth who are really talented in Kenya. Doing music, doing theater, doing dance, but majority of them don't have a venue where they can come, watch, or perform for people. So like on Thursday, when you go to KNT, you find a lot of poets, almost 100 of them. They just have a free show there. So I think for theater, yes, it does help because we get to tell the youth a lot of things through that.
Emmanuel, in this era of TV, you know, you can access everything via phone, the digital era. You still find that people actually show up to come to, let's say, a certain sport or a market day to come and watch a theater on the road?
Yeah.
I think it's still relevant.
Yes, it is. It is.
But in the rural areas, not in the urban setting, or does it apply as well?
Actually, in urban centers, it's easier than rural areas.
Are you for real?
Yeah, because there people tend to hiyo vitu ya drama ni ujinga. Even watoto
Utoto.
wadogo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you see in urban areas, people know about these things.
Okay.
Yeah, like if a new movie comes out, people are going to know, there's a new movie. There's a show, there's something. So people tend to want to know what's going on so that they can go and see the plays. Yeah.
Do you get paid for it?
Yes.
And what kind of people ask you or commission you to do a certain job? I'm sure the government is also involved because sometimes they have these public service messages that they need you to convey via theater.
So theater, I think, pays in a lot of ways. It's not only about cash. You know, like majority of people have been able to get scholarships just to go to school and things like that.
Yeah.
But yes, in terms of payment, as for me, it's my source of daily bread.
Yeah.
I pay my rent, I do my things because of art. So yeah, it does pay.
How long do you take to rehearse for a presentation?
Again, it depends with the play. If it's like this show, we needed like
Razor. You're talking about Razor, yes.
1.5 months because it needs a lot of time. But if it's like a 2-month show, we can organize and even do 3 weeks and we're done with the whole script. So it depends with the people who we need to get through and do a lot of stuff with.
Yeah. Anyone can answer this one. No, both of you can answer, whoever wants to say. Yeah. What has been your greatest experience while in your line of work? Like you've probably gone out, done a gig, and you're like, wow, you iliweza. Like which one? Or what made you even feel that in the first place? Probably it's someone who came backstage, or backstage, sign autograph. Which experience stands out for you?
For me, the fact that Millers is sponsored by one Senator Cleophas Malala.
Yes.
Like when he came, when we gave him our proposal and he came on board, it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like by sponsored you mean what?
Costumes, money for the hall, such kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where he came in as a
So
sponsor.
how about when you go around, who's footing the cost?
He's our main sponsor, so he does majority of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is quite an eye-opener because most of us don't know him for that kind of work. So yay, good job.
Yeah.
What stands out for you in your line of work?
Support from other people, not only sponsors. When you see people coming together to appreciate you and support you while you're doing this kind of art, you know, not everyone will be happy because some people think you should be studying or doing some course like medicine. But when you see people supporting you, coming like in last show, I didn't know I could act a main role, but I was the main main character in the last play. So when I saw many people coming to support me, I felt really good. So for me, it's the support from people that really encourages me in this line.
Do you ever get asked, you guys have graduated from KU, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever get asked, so which other job do you do? Do you get that question?
Yes, a number of times. Yeah.
And your answer is what? This is a job as well?
Yes, this is a job actually. Many people are getting money from this, you know. It's just it's just that people don't take art seriously. Like if you meet with an artist, unafanya nini? Na ufanye kazi ingine tena. So it's really disappointing. That's why I think artists don't get that much of support.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people ask that question.
What's your response to the question when
I
you get
am
asked
still
that? Sasa
studying.
we ni mdogo, unajiwezi.
No, I'm
Yeah.
a second year.
Okay.
So
No, they still tell you to
yeah,
probably
but
do something else.
right
Yeah.
now, my long holiday, so I have the freedom to go and participate in these other plays. But in school, I do journalism and mass communication.
Okay. Has it ever interfered with your school schedule? Because sometimes, like most of the guys who are working and then doing evening classes, unakuta if class inaanza 5:30, ndo wewe umeingia sijui 6:10 and the lecturer is like, because you're busy acting. Has it ever?
Yeah, it happens
Yeah.
at times, but we have to cope. So if you've missed something, you have to go back and
You have
look
to
at
have
it, yeah.
makeup time. Okay. What's the future of theatre in Kenya? Do you see it getting better? Do you see it getting worse?
It's getting better. Yes. With the current trend, like there's a show in Kenya like each and every weekend. Different theatre groups, and people are really loving what they see. So yes, it is really growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
How
same.
about you? The same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copy paste.
Yeah.
Nitakutoa kwa set. Wewe wacha hizo bana. So you think there's a great future for theatre in Kenya? You're a lady in this industry. Is there any challenge you're facing that's just stuck out for you? Because I hear most of the time it's really hard to have one leg inside the industry. Has it been that way for you, or you just had everything handed to you?
For me, it has not been hard because I have just joined an outside acting company like Miller's. The rest I was doing it in school, KU, so it has not been hard for me, apart from the times when they are going to give out characters in terms of height, complexions, then you miss out some roles, but it has not been that hard.
Yeah, because basically for every character there has to be specifications.
Yeah.
So when you're going about your auditions, what do you look out for? Because I'm sure you tend to have auditions as opposed to, let me choose her because I've worked with her before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you look out for?
What we do is, since we have a big number of people, we always have a calendar, like the whole year. So we know we have 4 shows, for example.
Yeah.
So we are 60. We're going to divide ourselves.
Okay.
So this bunch will produce the main characters, and everyone is going to be in this show. If the script is for a smaller number. Yes, for auditions, we also do that if we need new people in the company. Yes, like last time as we were doing the show, we had small kids. We had a small kid who was 11 years old. Yes, and she was able to come for the auditions and she made it.
Okay.
Yes.
So someone who's watching us right now and thinks they can hack this,
Yeah.
what pointers can you give them? Let's start with you.
To come and try auditions.
No, like someone wants to join a theatre group.
Yeah.
Like how would you encourage them? Like probably what can they do to join one?
Look out for posters on social media.
Auditions.
Yeah,
Okay.
auditions and come and try them. You won't necessarily get a chance, but always try because you
Never
see,
give up.
yeah, never give up.
Keep
There are
trying
many
and trying until
opportunities.
something.
Yeah.
How about you?
Before you go for any audition.
Are you a casting director yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. Before you go for an audition, please do research. Like build on your own talent. Majority of people just sit back and wait until I'm called upon. So yes, research. YouTube is there, Google is there. Read about acting. Yes, know why you dance. Know why someone does something on stage. It's really nice. Yeah. So when you go for the auditions, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about management in theatre groups? Has it become a challenge when it comes to getting money and trying to decide what to do with it or who does what?
Yeah, in a way.
For example, let's take a case study of Miller's.
Yeah.
How do you make it work? Because someone is thinking, we have this group.
Yeah.
Nothing is working. Huyu anasema hivi, ule mwingine anasema hivi. Huyu anabuki show, ule mwingine anai-cancel. See, those things happen.
Yeah, they do happen.
Yeah.
I think it's all about the way you plan yourselves. Like we are 3 years old. So the first few shows we didn't have
Structure.
a structure as per se. Yeah, but we had to sit down and come with it. So you know, for example, Charlene, you're dealing with finance, you're dealing with set, you're dealing with scripting, you're dealing with the cast. That way, everyone is able to do something. Yeah, so it makes works easier for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when will Razor be showing and where?
Razor will be showing from today, that is the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of this August at the Kenya National Theatre. Advance tickets go for 700 bob. At the gate, it's 1,000 bob.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Time?
and the timing, 23rd, today we have a show at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have a 2 p.m. show and a 5:30 p.m. show.
Yeah.
The same on Sunday, a 2 p.m. show and a 5:30 p.m. show.
Tuliambiwa tukae home kesho. Saa watu watakujaje show?
Ndio maana tunaanza 5:30, ndio by 7 tuko tumemaliza.
Tumemaliza.
Kila mtu aende
Kila
home.
mtu aende home.
Msiambiwe watu wakuja KNT na unafaa kuwa kwa nyumba wakihesabiwa.
Hata Matiang'i anakuja
So
show.
what, anakuja show.
So
Uko
bwana-
sure? Uko sure? Because I'll come and see for myself.
Yeah.
So how are you guys participating in the census, or what's your plan?
Yeah.
Huku tu Nairobi.
Huku tu
Amwendi
Nairobi.
ushago?
Sisi ni
Hata
watu wa
it's
Nairobi.
biblical. You should go to your village and get
Have you
counted.
gone? Are you going?
I am flying.
You're
Just
flying?
immediately after the
Okay.
show.
So-
Okay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
do I
If
say-
it's after the show, that's fine.
Yeah, so thank
Yeah.
you guys for having you here. It's good that you've brought more light into the theater industry in Kenya, and especially I like the fact that young people are involved, because me, I totally associate it with like my pops, you know, that kind of age group, like mtoto anakaa tu anawatch, you get. But it's a good thing. Probably try to tackle more issues that are untapped, because if you look at FGM, it's kind of out there. So for example, we've had a rainforest that has been burning the last 3 weeks.
Yes. And no one is talking about it.
No one is talking about it.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
So if we have the Environment Cabinet Secretary talking about afforestation, like he's been going around since January planting, then here is a major rainforest burning. Don't you think that's something you should tackle?
Yeah. we
Munilipe
can try.
10% for the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks so much, guys, for
Thank you
joining
very
us.
much.
Pleasure.
If you have questions for these guys, where can they ask questions if they want to join Millers, for example, or where can we find? Nimeuliza mpaka mi pia mimi nataka kujoin since you've said it's paying. Yeah, so where can someone find you if they want to join, or just probably just mentorship?
All social media handles at Millers Productions.
That's
Kenya.
100,000 for advertising.
Oh. Yeah. So Millers Productions,
Yeah.
Kenya.
All social media
Facebook, Instagram, gani ingine? Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also have a YouTube channel.
Do you have a phone line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can call 0729 631 651.
Who do they get? You or her? Wapige tu watajua.
Ni ya kampuni.
Ni ya
you can get,
kampuni, anyone can answer.
Yeah.
Your parting shot?
Believe in yourself, remain yourself, and don't stand on a borrowed stool.
Yeah, that one is new. Don't stand on a borrowed stool.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
For me,
yours.
Millers is a place to be. Yeah.
Eva too.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We'll be right back after the short break. Thank you.
Visa vingi vya ukosefu wa kazi vimewalazimu watu wengi kujitosa katika hustle mbalimbali. Hapa katika Hustle Mashinani tunatambua bidii yako, ubunifu wako na kuikubali kazi yako.
Nafanya hustle ya kuuza chapati na maybe weekends huwa na hustle na kushuka watu nywele.
Food ni neighbor wangu. Hata hiyo kazi anafanya inamsaidia kulipa nyumba.
Ungana nami Magdalene Wanjiko kila siku ya Jumamosi saa 2:30 hapa TV47, macho na sauti yetu.
Mkewe alipigwa simu na rafiki yake Charles Gatimu Maina, alikuwa ameaga dunia.
Tungependa hata zile zimefungwa sifunguliwe.
Nao hawa walikuwa naita shaitani.
Kando na babu yake amelazwa Martin Wahome Macharia, aliyekunywa pombe inojulikana shetani.
Kikunywa hiyo pombe anakuja anapiga kelele, mimi nataka kukufa, mimi nataka kukufa, mimi nataka kukufa.
Mimi nilizaliwa miaka kama 40 iliyopita hapa kwetu Nyadhuna. Nilisomea saikolojia na kwa hivyo nikafanya kitu inaitwa psychology counseling. Wakati nilikuwa naenda kujitambulisha kwa akina mama na wazee, nilikuwa nawaambia mimi ni counselor, lakini wao wakachukulia si ya professional, wakafikiria ni ya siasa. Sasa wakaanza kuniita counselor. Sana sana mimi napendaga hizi nyimbo za worship na country. Wakati niko na stress, tumezaliwa tukiwa 4, wasichana 2 na kwa vijana 2. Mimi kitenda mimba ni mimi wa mwisho. Ile ingine ni kuangalia kama kuku wamekula vizuri, niko na kuku wengi. Niko na nguruwe, naangalia kama wamefeed vizuri, niko na ng'ombe. Saa nyingine wakati hatuna msaidizi unakamua, unafanya zile kazi za kinyumbani.
David. Welcome back. This is Friday edition. We've just had Miller's production troupe leave the studio, but right now we have Peter Ndwati, who's going to be telling us the role of youth in census. This is a youth-centered show, remember, and tomorrow we are going to have the census officially take off, and he's going to be telling us why should we be taking part in the first place. What is it? What is the census? And after the census, what does it mean for every youth in Kenya? And Ndwati, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Thank you for making time to enlighten us on the issue of census and why it is important for the youth to take part in it. So first of all, start by telling us what exactly is a census.
Well, thank you. Just my name's David, not Peter. Peter Ndwati was the former PS. Well, but thank you. Yes. Now, the issue of the census, as we speak, is an activity that is about to just commence tomorrow. And to begin with, we must understand what census is and what it is all about, why we need to have it, and that kind of thing. So census is an activity by governments to make account of its citizens for planning purposes. The way it is done on household basis. That is why the CS has been very vocal about telling people to get back home. But you realize that when the activity is done, it requires the inclusion of family members. So it's not the way, like what people are saying, is it another Huduma number? No, it's not like the Huduma number, because now this one entails to issues of even the boundaries. You are looking at boundary alignments. It has also its political aspect of it. But most so it is towards the economic and the social aspect of the society. So we'll have the process begin officially tomorrow.
Yes.
And I'm here because I represent the millions of young people who would like to know, is it important? I heard from somebody who said, you know, on Saturday we have a big team playing and we are not going to show up, so they're going to count our parents there and all that. But the importance of it is your presence, and you'll realize when the exercise commences tomorrow, there will be 2 numerators. And there will be also accompanied by administrative police. That is.
So when we get the knock on the door, you should be expecting 2 numerators and how many police?
Probably 1 or 2, but because of the ratio, I would expect 1, because now you'll find that these numerators will be spending between 10 minutes and 30 minutes per household, depending, because you find some families are slightly bigger than others. Others are quite, and to some extent, depending on how many people will be there, it might take a little bit, but a maximum of 30 minutes should do.
What time does the exercise officially start? What time should it end?
It will begin at around 6 p.m. and it will end at 6 a.m. that is on Sunday, and then again it will begin at 6 Sunday p.m. and then end in the following morning. But there will be some activities even after that. Remember, there are those people who might not be, reached out at that, depending with the area and the population again. So there is that kind of a challenge, and that's why the government is also very keen to see that everyone participate, and especially the young people, because it's the young people who are mostly affected. You find that if it comes to the aspect of economic empowerment and the social aspect of our representation, even in leadership through politics, it has to weigh so much on numbers. But numbers is not for political reasons. It's because of the opportunities. Are we going to have resources shared and aligned based on the population?
And Duarte, there's a governor, actually Governor Paranya yesterday made a comment at the Council of Governors' offices about people needing to go back home to be counted, because then if you're not going back home to be counted, then that means if there is bursary allocations, don't go there, go to where you were counted. Is that the way it's supposed to work?
No, and I would believe that those were his personal sentiments, and they were of a political aspect, because he is holding a political office. But you see, I wouldn't make of it to leave my job today and then travel, up country just to be counted. That's not fair. And the other aspect is, wherever you're being counted also, like I have my family, but you see, when they go to my parents, they will also mention that they have their son. Their son is not in the house at the time, he's in Nairobi or in Mombasa or in Kisumu. So that should be looked at it as that way. The aspect of talking about bursary and all that is quite unfounded, because this is not about the issue of bursaries and all that. It's about the resources. That's the first thing. Are we having a bigger population in one concentrated area? What are the challenges around that place? what needs to be done. So you'll find that under the SDGs, we are looking at the resource in terms of food security, health, and all that. And for the young people, this will be the time that now we will be very keen to know how many also graduates do we have, how many school dropouts are there, how many jobless people are there, you know, how many are in the job market, how many are pending, how many are actually self-employed, so that also the government takes that in its action plan towards the empowerment of the young people, because sometimes we talk about being left out, but we don't have the numbers. So you cannot tell how many graduates. The only way we tell how many graduates is by observing the graduation ceremonies of, you know, and calendars, and that is not the way to go. So to the youth, it is time to be counted, because you count. Even if you're not counted, you count. You're counted because you count because you are the person who will vote in the next election. You are the person who needs that service. You are the person who has the solution for the governance of this country. So it's very important that we don't look at it as just a census. It's supposed to mean more than just numbers of population. It's supposed to be, we have these young people, they are the majority. Are they only going to be participating in government formulation when campaigns are there and then you dump them? Or are we going now to look and critically say we have 65 or 60% of the population are below 40 and something needs to be done? And what are the solutions that need to be on the table?
Right. Let me take you back a little bit. So you say we should be expecting 2 officials and probably 2 APs with them, but how do we know who they are? Do they have identification? Because we already have cases where people say yesterday they had people knocking on their doors, they had like tablets and they were taking details of each household, then a number pops up on their tablets and then they write it with, I think, chalk or something on the walls.
Well, there, and I would be talking about this from a point of information. Well, the first thing is you cannot allow a stranger into your house.
Yes.
So everyone, regardless, must introduce and have a badge to support that, yes, this is an official. The other thing about having individuals who are going and who started going to household as soon as yesterday and all that, I really don't think that is the official position of the government. I don't know. But I have been personally called by a stranger asking me if I have registered for census, and I asked myself, I mean, is this the process really? So there's a need to interrogate and understand who is coming to take your details. They must have the official identity. And of course, that is because we live in a time that also crime is there. There are some criminals who might take advantage of the whole situation and end up now even robbing people, because somebody will come and say, I'm from census and all that. So if the person does not, and you feel in your heart this person is not...
Go with your instinct.
You go with your instinct, because honestly, you cannot allow anybody to just knock in, and these are strangers, by the way, because if you're talking about 3 people and you don't know where they're coming from, are they armed or that, they have to introduce and formally show the identification of the document, so that you know that you're dealing with the right person and not a fraud.
This exercise is very costly.
Yes.
So why not go? Because I know in Nairobi, somewhere in Upper Hill, we have the registrar of births and deaths, and they have all the details of who is alive, who is dead, who's been born. Like, why not just go there and get the data? Why do a fresh exercise?
Okay, fine. That is a true position, but it is not as factual. Remember, people are born every day. People are dying every minute. So this exercise is done after every 10 years, because now there's a lot. There's the aspect of confirmation. Remember, the person who was like when it was done 2009, I was in campus. Now I've been away out of campus, I have a family. So there's that aspect. But again, there is the aspect of population distribution index, which also the government wants to know. You see, the document does not show where the person is. The document shows that there is a person. So if it was the government was to just say we'll go to the Bureau of Statistics and all that.
And get
the aspect of accuracy is not there. So going to count, it means when they're coming to your household, there is also the developmental aspect. Now, 9 years, maybe like a place. I have some project in Isinya there. And when I was going in, there was no even the infrastructure, there were no houses and all that. So if they were to go and just fish a document, then they will leave some of us out. Some of us who need that, the road, some of us who need that, you know.
True.
So the importance of it is on the resources allocation. And of course, we are living in an era also that is of information. So you cannot just bank on the documents that are in such area. Yes.
Remember, if you want to ask Ndwati any question, you can tweet us via Tip47KE or via Anju Wengeshi. And then also you can go onto our Facebook page and ask your question there. He'll be handling them in a bit. There's also a number on the bottom right of your screen. You can call in and ask Ndwati your questions on the census. Ndwati, what kind of questions should we be expecting tomorrow? Have you seen the questionnaire, or what is expected of us? Basically,
we don't expect a lot. The questions will actually be a confirmation of the household unit, as that is contextual on family. So you find that they would want to know if of course, apart from the sex of the person, they would want to know the age. They want to know if you have kids or you don't. If there's somebody who is deceased in the family, and that will come up. And apart from that, they will not ask anything that should supersede those kind of questions, because again, it is about notification. We are talking to Ndwati. Does Ndwati have a wife? Does he have a child, children? You know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And that confirmation also will coincide with what my parents will tell them, because now there is, and that's why it literally takes a little bit time to compile and to have an accurate, very accurate information. But of course, the aspect of also what one does will also come in if you are a graduate, if you are in school like that. Yeah. So those are the basic standard questions.
Yeah. I like the way you said the basic standard questions, because in previous census operations we've had them ask about the sex. It's either F or M.
Yes.
Now we have I.
Yes.
So what kind of, like, how does this play out? Like, so if you get someone like this, so getting to know how many they are, what kind of services will they get that are customized to them? Like, what's the difference?
Well, that has come up, and unlike 2009, that's 10 years ago, which there was a little bit of a challenge. This time around, the government has appreciated that there are people who actually are under the persons living with disability, because that has to do with somebody's aspect of a private life, you know.
Yes.
But you will find that the acknowledgement that we have these people, this kind of people in our society, is very crucial, because these are people who need special attention in terms of seeking services. I can say.
What do you mean by special attention?
Yes. Now, what I will say is this. We had a case, and I'm talking about a young person who was arrested and taken into custody.
Right.
And that person happened to be, they could not tell is he a he, she, or a she, he, and all that. But the person was defiled because he was she was put with the his, you know. So you know, that's the kind of attention. And again, you find that there's some people, when they want to seek, and I saw somebody say even the financial sector doesn't know how to place them. So you find that the identification process is also very challenging.
It's tedious.
And that attention needs to be, because how do you introduce yourself? You know, it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
But the government acknowledging that this is what it is, and these people did not choose for whatever reason to be that way, the government has come up and said, okay, fine, let us have a count, let us know how many people
there are, so that now you can
exactly
custom make services for them.
Yes.
How about PWDs? Like, this campaign has been there for the longest time ever. So what will be the difference? Because the previous campaigns were, we need to have ramps, we have all the buildings accessible for still. There's so many establishments that have not complied. So what difference will this census make?
Well, the aspect of now reinforcing those kind of policies will come out very clear. Because again, in our communities and in the society at large, you find that there are people with physical challenges. And right now, even as we go to this census, I think it will be the right time to allocate resources for such initiative and also the programs, so that we align everyone. You know, if you're talking about development, you should not leave out the other person. So this time round, and probably I would have wished that this issue was propagated very well. There was lack of information, there was lack of awareness and all that, and this is where the youth come. If you involve the young people in such an initiative, you know, it becomes very easy. But you find that sometimes even the government itself, it doesn't tap on the youth, because when the young people say, you know, even the people counting us are not from here, we don't know where they came from, and we are jobless and all that. And then again, there's the aspect of, okay, we'll have young people from the civil service who will not be paid and all that as a cutting cost measure. It must be done in a way whereby you feel that you are participating, not that you are spectating, like, okay, you guys come and then are you done? Like, I know,
and then only go to the youth when you want votes.
When you want votes. So it's very wrong that youths are only used for political gains, and then they are dumped when issues of governance and even the restructuring of government is done. So we'll be very keen, because I've not been personally satisfied that the youth have been empowered. There's a lot, and I will give you a good example. There's the youth access the government procurement opportunities. We talk about county governments alone. The opportunity as of 2017-2018, it was almost 200 billion. But does that opportunity get to the young people? It doesn't. And you see,
we are not there yet.
We are not there yet.
Okay.
But if you would have used that opportunity from the 200 billion worth of government procurement at the county level and all that, you would be empowering almost 1 million young people by 200,000 worth of business. And by extension, you will be looking at giving a young person at least an income of about 16 to 17,000 a month. But the aspect of, are we there? Does the government really know that the structures of dealing with the youth have also to be youth-driven? That has not come out. And this census must now highlight on those kind of things, because you cannot just say there's youth fund, it's worth amount X,
and
there's
people don't
fund,
even know how to access it or even what it entails.
You know.
Right, Ndwati. Well, let's first take a short break. When we come back, we continue talking about Youth and Census 2019, the why and the do's and the don'ts, and also basically and majorly, if I may say so, why the youth are an important part in this census this year. Keep your questions coming. Ndwati will be taking them after the short break. We'd also like to hear your opinion as a youth. Have you been enlisted, or probably have you been asked to participate? Yeah, you know, like, did you get this job? Because there was a recruitment exercise, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let us know your personal experience with the Census 2019 as we get ready for it to officially start tomorrow. So anyone who's been knocking your door since yesterday, that is not unofficial from the census exercise. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
na yote yanayofungana hufunguka. Kila kukicha, mapya yanasawazisha jana na ya leo.
Bila shaka hatuwezi kubadili muundo wa maisha yako, lakini hakikisho letu kwako ni kwamba tutahakikisha asubuhi yako inaanza katika mpigo uliobomba zaidi.
Inakuwaje Kenya tufunge Tanzania baada ya mechi kuimiliki?
Tunarauka nawe kwa uchambuzi wa kina wa taarifa mbalimbali.
Tutaangazia kaunti mbalimbali moja baada ya nyingine,
mazungumzo na majadiliano yanayokujenga wewe nafsi yako.
Hatutasahau burudani, Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa.
Hapa Kisumu wenyeji husema warwa kidala, maana yake tunakukaribisha nyumbani. Hapa kaunti 042 nitakupakulia taarifa, mahojiano na habari zenye usawa na ufasaha.
Mimi upande yangu, mimi ni mtu wa bodaboda.
Kuna kazi, hata sasa niko kwa kazi.
Sasa upande yangu mimi nimeumia zaidi. Zile vitu ninauza ni zile vitu mimi mwenyewe ninatengeleza na mkono yangu.
Jina langu ni Daniel Dembede na hii ni TV47.
Uhuru, sheria na haki ni vipengee muhimu katika maisha ya kila siku.
Na iwapo serikali itafanikiwa katika makuzi ya jamii iliyo na mwelekeo, basi sharti sheria hizo zifuatwe.
Na kwa sababu sheria ni msumeno kukata mbele na nyuma, ni vyema kufahamu tungo hizi.
Siku zote jambo usilolijua ni kama usiku wa giza.
Ungana nami Clifford Ndubi.
Nami Andreen Kilemi.
Kila siku ya Jumatatu saa 1 jioni tukidonoa na kuchanganua sheria hizi
zinazotudhibiti.
Mimi nilizaliwa miaka kama 40 iliyopita hapa kwetu Nyadhuna. Nilisomea saikolojia na kwa hivyo nikafanya kitu inaitwa psychology counseling. Wakati nilikuwa naenda kujitambulisha kwa akina mama na wazee, nilikuwa nawaambia mimi ni counselor, lakini wao wakachukulia si ya professional, wakafikiria ni ya siasa. Sasa wakaanza kuniita counselor. Sana sana mimi napendaga hizi nyimbo za worship na country. Wakati niko na stress, tumezaliwa tukiwa 4, wasichana 2 na kwa vijana 2. Mimi kitenda mimba ni mimi wa mwisho. Ile ingine ni kuangalia kama kuku wamekula vizuri, niko na kuku wengi. Niko na nguruwe naangalia kama wamefeed vizuri, niko na ng'ombe. Saa nyingine wakati hatuna msaidizi unakamua, unafanya zile kazi za kinyumbani.
Akipiga hatua tutapiga, akivuka bonde basi nasi tutavuka. Hii ni Mboni ya TV47. hatuchoki, tutakesha, tutarauka.
Welcome back. This is Friday edition. We are discussing the arts. We are also discussing the census 2019. And with me to discuss that in studio, I have David Nduati, who's going to be tackling your questions one-on-one. Remember, the phone line to call in via is at the bottom right of your screen. You can tweet us as well at TV47KE. Nduati, you were talking about the role of the youth in this census. You know, it's like the way I was saying when it comes to elections. Someone would be like, naenda kupiga kura alafu. So like probably people are asking, so niesabiwe, and then as a youth, so what's in it for them?
Well, the youth must understand that this exercise shapes their future. And I'm talking about the youth who is actually left high school last year. Because the next census, that youth will be 28 years.
Yes.
You know? So
True.
you don't want to just say, okay, I'm going to be counted and then what's in for me? What's in for you is your empowerment. The sustainable youth economic empowerment agenda cannot be done without the participation and the representation of the young person. How does the government know that? It must. The government knows that because of the census, the exercise itself. But most importantly is, after the census, what are we looking at as the youth? You'll realize the number of young people who were there 10 years ago is almost, actually has added up by almost 30%. And if there are no plans about the future of the young people, again, it becomes a big challenge. And specifically when it comes to the issue of empowerment in this country, the structure or the framework of empowerment and the youth engagement in terms of leadership and even governance, it is, from my view, it is a point of observation rather than participation. And that is to mean that young people need to understand that the empowerment agenda can only be realized by them driving it as the stakeholders. You cannot rely on the government, the way people say, the serikali saidia. Serikali saidia. I mean, serikali is in the business of, you know, ensuring that you are paying taxes.
So basically, if the youth show up and get counted, it's because now services will be tailored for them, and then they can be able to access these services. It's not that now the government will say, so in Nairobi we have a million youth, and this is what we're giving them. The government, basically, you're saying, is not there to spoon feed you. It's just giving you a platform to better yourself.
Very true.
Okay.
And I'd point it this way. A young person goes to school from primary, secondary, and then college, university, call it. Then you're prepared in a system. And then you're told, now go out there. Out here, there is an aspect that youth don't understand. Employment is not sustainable globally. That is why some of the multinationals that used to employ, and I'm even talking about big firms in the US, are actually substituting that kind of in China. Why? Because they're scaling down. And what does that mean? It means to the young person, if you are in campus and you're thinking about that job that you'll get from the government or from private sector, the bad news, that job is not there.
Yeah.
And it's not waiting for you. No one is waiting for you to say, okay, you have a first class and welcome, and they clap for you, sit in this desk.
It was meant for you, it's here.
The first class betrayal, which was trending a month ago, will just takes it all. You know, people are prepared academically, but people are not prepared, you know, through the life. The life is, are you presenting a solution? Now, with these census, with the participation of the young people, we must now bring to account the government in the restructurings of how they are running the programs of youth empowerment. One, we have 3 kinds of programs. We have one that is driven through the projects and also the what we call the polytechnic and all that at the county levels. Yeah?
Yes.
Then we have this one that is
the TVETs.
Yes, the TVETs. And then we have this one that also highlight the issue of access to government procurement opportunity. And you know, that in itself, you're talking about 30%. But this 30% is of what? This 30% is 30% for the youth, for the person living disability, and the women. So if you put all these kind of people, then you're not dealing with the youth. I mean, there is an aspect of understanding who a youth is. Under the law, a youth is anyone between the age of 18 to 35. But remember, when you have a program that is just open, so that this same young person, and by the way, to the boy child, a lot of sorries for him, you know, because you are a youth. A boy child is a boy child, youth. But now, to the girl child is a youth. And then you find at some point you are 28, you are married, you have a child. So you are qualified as a mother. So when you go for that opportunity, you are going with two.
You're a youth and a mother.
And a mother.
Boy child ni pale pale.
Ni pale pale, you know. So it's key that now that we are running, doing the census, let us restructure the program itself. The program is very unfit and unhealthy for the majority of young people. Competition in itself is an aspect that has become so rampant to the point that even the political class and the well-connected are taking these opportunities from the young people because they have the connections.
Yeah, which is what I was going to, because there are also allegations that they don't understand the youth, because even those in office are like 50 and above, or
exactly
45 and above. Yeah, you get, so they don't understand. So probably it's better to have this youth.
Exactly, and more so, it is the intervention of our proposals, because I believe, first of all, this country has come of age to have even a call center, a hotline call center for the youth alone. You cannot talk about youth empowerment, even in government and at the county level. And when this young person goes and make that application, do you get back to that person and say, okay, it is for reason A, B, C, D that you did not qualify. Now, if you have a complaint, where do you take it? Do you take it to the minister? Do you take it to the Rambe House? Do you take it, where do you take those kind of things? And again, on the restructuring of the youth, access the government procurement opportunity, it should be well defined. 30% is not even enough to begin with. It should come to around 50%. And then in that 50, make it contentional. 10% goes to the women, 10% goes to the persons living in disability, because we're also looking at the numbers. And then leave this 30% for the young people, and the young people for sure. So that when a young person is defined as by the law, should be, if you are below 35, be it male or female, you go for the youth. When you are 36 and above, go for the women. And that also goes into the aspect of the youth fund and these other affirmative funds, including WEZO. I was in Kwale and I had a discussion with one officer actually, and I was so shocked because of the bureaucratic way of his thinking. The same way, you know, the place where you ask for questions and then you're told, no, in government we don't work like that. And all that. So that is not the way to deal with the young people. Remember, the change of a young person is progressive. And no government can oppress that. No government, because 2 years away from now, they will be coming to us. And they will be saying, okay, you know, that time they find a very informed young person. Fine, where were you? We need you to account for the time you've been there. I believe, even politically, the seats for ward, for the county MCS, that should be a reserve for 35 years and below. Why should somebody who is 60-year-old become a ward rep? It doesn't make sense. So there's that aspect.
And I was going to ask about the duration. You know, like the way you say, so finally, the youth who've had access to probably like AGPO or things like those, so they've delivered ABC services. How about the payments? Why does it take so long, and what can be done better so that they get their money? Like, you see, if it's a business, probably you have taken out a loan, right?
Yes.
So you've sold the stuff and you've not been paid. So how do you even sustain that? Because I'm sure it has been a problem.
That is a problem that
Because
I
you find
acknowledge.
this youth has done this project and they just give up on it because of now the government not being able to pay in time.
Well, there is two angles to the solution. I like talking about the solution. And the solution also comes also with the question of restructuring. Now, a young person gets a tender, goes to a commercial mainstream bank and borrows, finances the business, delivers. And then at the point of the LPO saying every payment will be done within 30 days, then you end up stretching even a whole year.
Yeah, actually,
A whole year.
Actually,
I've
whole
had
year.
cases. I've had
Yeah.
cases of a friend of mine who really wanted my intervention, and he was auctioned. You know, he was into stationaries and all
unfortunate,
that,
yeah.
and the equipments and all that.
And
they
you
were
haven't
carried.
even paid the loan
And you
off.
haven't paid.
Yeah.
So on top of that, you are listed in CRB.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
that one cuts you 7 years up. You cannot, your credit worthiness is down and all
down.
that. But what is the solution? The government needs to come to a point of realizing that the solutions are with the young people. And these are the propositions that we have for the government. If you have the affirmative fund, well, you know, the way we call them, youth fund and all that, now we are saying we are consolidating, which is a good thing, because consolidating all those funds and putting them in one pool is a good idea. And I think the president means very well. But you see, the political aspect and the angle of the politician is, no, you're taking the fund from my office, and especially Uwezo Fund. I've seen politicians say, no, that money should not leave our premises. But is it effective when it gets to them? No, it is not. It is a political tool. If you did not campaign for me last year, don't come and say that you want me to empower you. That is happening. I'm talking about mashinani issues. Now, the young people should understand it is our own intervention and our own proposal and pushing them that, first of all, if you have AGPO, the tender itself, the framework should also become very interactive. We are in the conservative way.
And also not very tedious, because
It's
the process
very
we have right now is very tedious, and probably we have a person who's illiterate, and but he can't
Exactly.
access.
And
so it should be simplified.
It should be simplified.
Hold that thought,
Yes.
Ndwati. When we come back, we will continue discussing on the role of youth and census, and also opportunities that they can tap into. As your interaction keeps trickling in via TV47K, our Twitter handle, right now we have live pictures from Milimani Lokots, where we have Keroche Industry proprietors Tabitha Karanja and her husband before court. Remember, they were arrested mid-morning yesterday in regards to tax evasion. We have our reporter on the ground, Josh Onsare, who's getting us as much info as he can. But right about now, let's cross over and listen in. That's a live feed from Milimani Lokots, where we have Keroche Industries directors Tabitha Karanja and her husband, who were arrested yesterday mid-morning. They are appearing before court right about now. And now we are going to be having Josh Onsare joining us in just a bit to give us the latest update on that story. Once we have a clear feed, we're sorry about that. When we have a clear feed, we will cross over immediately and get more information on what's happening at Milimani Lokots. courts. Remember, Tabitha Karanja and her husband, the proprietors of Kiroche Industries, before court for alleged tax evasion. Welcome back to the discussion. We're still talking about the Youth and Census 2019. Duarte, you were talking about the AMPO before we crossed over. Yes.
Yes. Well, the youth must understand that when it comes to programs which are there to empower them economically, it is their participation. But the inclusion of their ideas is very key.
Very crucial.
That is why I am of the opinion that the aspect, it is time we restructure even this new founded consolidated fund called Biashara Fund.
Yes.
And look at it very objectively. A young person gets a tender. Don't send that same person to a bank or to compete with the commercial mainstream.
True.
Whereas there is an affirmative fund that is consolidated, which is supposed to be going to the business of this young person, so that the person pays lower interest and also accesses that money easily.
Yeah.
And now time has come. It doesn't need to stop on the consolidation of the fund, because what is key is when you are consolidating this fund, how are you disbursing it? It is through the intermediaries.
Yes.
These are agents. And the young people need to understand there's no youth fund in that office. The check comes through a bank that is in partnership with the government to disburse. Now, you cannot entrust such a fund again to a commercial sector that does not understand. And that's why the key, the aspect of also qualifications. When you go to the bank, they say, okay, give me 6 months statement, give me reward, bring a logbook, bring all these guarantees and all that.
Yes.
The LPO is 30 days. The moment you introduce that I have to qualify for 3 months, you have knocked me out.
Yes.
So why are young people losing out these opportunities? It's because these bureaucracies, as we are saying, is the one that is stopping the youth from participating, or also, even if they participate, from making business or profit out of it.
Right.
And that is why it is time that even the Biashara Fund should go by extension and have something like a youth bank in this country. I propose for that because I believe when you have a bank that understands the youth, then you've done 20%. When you now restructure the AGPO now not to use the conventional ways of accessing this information, like even the tenders, and this is what is happening. We know in Mashinani, a tender that is said for the young people, is actually, they advertise on the notice board 3 days or that final day.
Yeah.
They say, submit.
Today by 5 p.m.
Actually, the ad looks 30 days, but it was placed there today.
Yeah.
So you are actually locking a lot of young people. And why is that rampant? Is because now there are people who are connected. There are people who have ways, and these cartels, I don't know, they have faces, they don't have faces. Those are the ones we need to lock out.
Yeah.
Now, you can only lock them out by restructuring and introducing an electronic digital system.
Yes.
A digital system that finances this opportunity so that a young person does not need to read an ad.
Yeah.
You know, there's geomapping in locations. Use that. Go through the social media. Use that. Let us have a call center also. If something is happening and it is done, the mainstream, and I'm talking about the mainstream ministries, they know work is being done. But the people who are down there, they're not doing the work.
Yeah.
So that is where the youth are left out. And now, because there are so many, as it will be confirmed anyway from tomorrow, it is time now we look at now coming up and say now enough is enough. We are not just about this issue of we are the countdown when it comes to politics, campaign, and then
that's when the youth are involved.
You're thrown and all that.
Your parting shot, Nduati,
yes,
as we wrap this up.
Now, I will really plead.
I'm sure it's not all doom. Come on.
I know.
Encourage the youth.
let me encourage them.
Yeah, very briefly.
The first thing that I want to appreciate about the young people is your concerns are genuine. And being genuine, we have to now marshal ourselves and even participate in the census. But I want to encourage you. All is not lost in this country. There is a vision for the youth in this nation. And the youth of this nation are supposed to understand that they have what it takes to be included and not even to be, left aside when it comes to development. But the most important thing is this. Let us look at the economic empowerment agenda. Let us champion for this. I am in the process of working on a youth empowerment bill. I've had to use my own constitutional lawyer to draft it. But it is because of you. So to the young legislators out there, the MPs and, the ward reps and all that, let us have serious intervention for youth when it comes to policies.
Yeah.
The final word will be that tomorrow is a very crucial day. Don't substitute your future for a football match or being at the club.
Yeah.
Go get counted first. You can club all afterwards. Yeah. But if I was you, I will really think critically of my contribution when it comes to the solutions of this country.
And
so
Lottie, if there's anyone who's like-minded who wants to reach out to you or team up with you, how can they get?
Well, we are on social media. In Twitter, we are at Youth Nation, at Youth Nation Care. That is Twitter handler, and then we are in Facebook also. That is Youth Nation Kenya. Like our page, reach out to us, and we will be more than willing to partner with you.
Thank you very much for your time. And on that note, we take a short break. When we come back, we have a dance session. More artists coming on board. Don't go away.
Mkewe alipigwa simu na rafiki yake Charles Gatimu Maina, alikuwa ameaga dunia.
Tungependa hata zile zimefungwa sifunguliwe.
Nao hawa wanaita, walikuwa naita shaitani.
Kando na babu yake amelazwa Martin Wahome Macharia, aliyekunywa pombe inojulikana shetani.
Kikunywa hiyo pombe anakuja anapiga kelele, mimi nataka kukufa, mimi nataka kukufa, mimi nataka kukufa.
Twende sasa.
Nipe countdown. 2, 1.
Na kuletea matangazo moja kwa moja kutoka kongamano la 6 la ugatuzi hapa Kirinyaga County.
Hapa ni mjini Meru.
Tupo katika eneo la Waitavia County ya Kiambu.
Hivi leo tuko Nairobi Cinema.
Hapa ni Kina, ukipenda Kinango.
Usiwache hiyo dream ipotee.
Kama huyu amekataa, tafuta mwingine, maisha isonge mbele.
Mabadiliko haya yangali yanazua msuke baina ya washikadau.
Baadhi ya changamoto hizo zilikuwa ni kama vile ukosefu wa maarifa.
Wameweza kupeperusha bendera ya Kenya.
Tutaingia kwenye mapumziko kidogo.
Chavi! Na hii mpenzi mtazamaji, ndiyo
TV47
macho na sauti yetu.
Wiki hii kwenye sauti yetu, Steven atueleza jinsi blender yake inayosaga mahindi inafanya kazi. Wazazi wake walipoharibu chombo chake cha muziki, Tiagas hakufa moyo.
Ndipo sasa nikaamua nifundishe hao wadogo wengine wajue pia kucheza mpira na wakuje kuwa master.
Na pia tutazungumza na kocha mmoja wa soka kule Kibera anayekuza vipawa vya watoto. Usikose kutazama sauti yetu kila siku ya Jumamosi saa 3:30 asubuhi.
fit so hatuwezi fight tena. Kenya for Kenyans live in peace. Peace ni virtue, fighting is a vice. Lazima tuungane sote sika wa Kenya, tudumishe amani nyumbani na nchini. Operation Linda Inchi sasa ipepe.
Welcome back, guys. This is a Friday edition, and starting us off there was Manucho representing with Teidhe. Manucho, karibu sana. Mbona uoga mwingi hivyo bana? Hivyo ndio uchapa show?
Hapana.
Alafu na nini? Ama tufanye take 2. Lazima udance vizuri.
Nitadance lakini unajua bado ni introduction.
Hapana, tushakuintroduce, ushakaribishwa, sasa ni uchape show bana. Manucho, unawakilisha wa Teidhe. Ulianza kuimba lini?
Kitambo sikuwa naimba sana. Mimi nilianza na drum set.
Na drum set.
Nilikuwa na
kanisani.
Nilikuwa na play drum set pale kanisani.
Unaona nakujua.
Nilikuwa na play drum set. Na bado nilikuwa actor. But vitu zenye nilikuwa specialize sana ni vitu na ma poems. Unacheki. Na mashairi hivi. Na spoken word.
Wewe ni msem deep.
So later on nilienda competition fulani pale Tharaka Nithi County. Kidogo kalichezwa nikapatana na sister fulani. Akanambia, Manucho, unaweza compose ngoma na inaweza kubalika. So kitu ikakuja kwa akili cause mimi ni Mkenya. Bedhe mimi usema mimi ni Mkenya true kabisa. Hata damu ukikata utapata ni damu ya red, yani venye na represent venye kinaguka na kina shosho. Yani walipigana. Mimi upenda sana nchi yangu. Unacheki?
Manucho, uko how old? Juu hizi ngoma unaimba mazezo, imba na watu wako 60 huko, mambo za wewe one love sijui Kenya nini. Wewe tu ni Mkenya daima.
Ni Mkenya
daima. You're very patriotic.
Niko patriotic sababu nilizaliwa hapa na pia hata niende wapi, pia hata niende kwenye mass bado nita still Kenya.
Sasa umewarm up ya kutosha. Nataka uchape hiyo show vizuri bana. Uoga watu ndio anatuangusha. In studio with us we also have Manucho's friend. Tuambie Tunya, unawakilisha pia wa Teidhe. Tuambie Dheka. Hata ukutembeka
tuna represent manze mtaa.
Usikae chini, unatuchapia show tu sahi.
Tumekuja hapa hivi. Pia my fans, thanks for TV47 kutu host.
Sawa. Director, is the song ready? We want to do Manucho's song from the start. Manucho, rudisha kiti pale ilikuwa. Na uchape show kwa na tunakusaidia kudance.
Kabisa. Ndio tunataka vita na vurugu watudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi.
Tunataka vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Mami daddy Linda Inchi. Mother brother Linda Inchi. Sister pia Linda Inchi. Kenya mzima sisi sote tulinde inchi. Rasilimali zetu tusilinde kwa amani. Manucho sio soja but nitalinda inchi. Kidede ndasimama mzima na kulinda inchi. Damu kumwagika hatudai sisi Kenya. No more bloodshed in Kenya. No more bloodshed in Kenya. Amani na upendo ndiyo sasa tunataka. Asante Mungu Baba kwa kutupa inchi nzuri. Kenya ya amani, ya upendo na umoja. Kenya yetu yapendeza tena inchi huru. Wakenya na wasii sote na tulinde inchi. Wakubwa kwa wadogo. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndiyo tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndiyo tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Kwenye vita sitakuja. Kwenye vita sitakuja. I'm the mighty Manucho, sio culture yangu preaching peace. Peace ni mighty pure and not perishable. Our vision kuishi kwa amani. Kiking kaka tembeza kiatu. Kenya ni inchi na sisi ndiyo wenye inchi. Kenya ni fit so hatuwezi fight tena. Kenya for Kenyans live in peace. Peace ni virtue, fighting is a vice. Lazima tuungane sote sika wa Kenya, tudumishe amani nyumbani na inchini. Operation Linda Inchi sasa ipepe. Operation Linda Inchi sasa ipepe. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndiyo tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndiyo tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi ndio tunataka. Kafra Beats, Ella Records, the home of the talented. Kenya for Kenyans, live in peace. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndio tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndio tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndio tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi. Operation Linda Inchi ndio tunataka. Vita na vurugu hatudai tena Kenya.
Friday edition. Manucho amesema hakuwa ame warm up, sasa tumemwarm. So unaona vile amechapa show you guy. Una charging how much? Una charging how much? So uko na energy. Ulikuwa unaogopa kwa nini?
Kuchaji na uwangi nalingana na mfuko ya Mkenya. Mimi ni Mkenya, ukikuja ukiwa Sonko, nitakupiga tu kama Sonko.
So kana kupatia 1000 na niambia acha tu wacha tu ikae.
Unajitalingana, nitakuangalia tu hivi bado.
Alafu
lakini hata free naweza piga cause ni give it back to the society.
Ini ya nani ni yako?
Ini yangu.
Niko na swali. What is that?
Hey. Ini to Manucho aka Kipara.
Hebu tuone. We. Huko kunaendaje?
Huko. Huko kunaenda hivyo ndio stingo ya mimi. Unajua kama vile.
Hebu tuone. My friends. Hii ni swag sijaiona.
Ama mbona unashtuka hizi mapanga?
Hii style bana. Mbona umeka nini? Ama hiyo ndio style yako. Watu wanaweka dread nini umeamua?
Nimeamua Kipara cause unajua ni kitu imekuwa kwa jamii yetu. Kutoka kwa guka bado ni Kipara, mimi ni Kipara na najua eventually itakuja, so lazima
unaanza kuprepare watu your look.
Nilete mapema.
Story ni gani mazee? Mbona umekatakatwa?
Kukatakatwa ni story back nikiwa high school. Nilipatanga injury. Nililala hosi miezi 2. Nilikuwa nimeumia ndani skull. Alafu nilikuwa na ile blood clotting. So ikabidi nifanywe operation. Thanks God ilikuwa successful. Nikarudi chuo, nikaendelea na chuo. Nikapiga for the form yangu. Nikapiga gasoline mpaka nikaingia kwa NYS. Nikapiga kosi yangu. Ndio nikamaliza.
Kumbe nilikuwa nafikiri watu wanasema wewe ni kumbe ulikuwa NYS ukweli?
Nilikuwa NYS ukweli.
Unaona
pia hata kwa video.
We'll come back to Ebuva hii kwanza.
Sawa.
Feature swag kidogo.
Tunya.
Mazee nimekuignore pole.
Amen.
Niambie unawakilisha Waiteithia, ulianza ngoma wewe ni yako. Kuna mtu anakukall sana.
Ngoma. Muziki nilianza kitambo. Ni inborn yani.
Swag yako ni gani umeficha hapa ndani?
Swag ni tuning. Muziki nilianza kitambo sana nikiwa primary school I guess.
Kila mtu anza primary school
I started back then.
Which kind of music were you singing then?
Rapping. Rap to Isa, the Kalamashakas, the Kitosewa, Abbas Kubaf. Those are the guys who inspired me.
Those were your role models. And who is your present day role model?
Myself.
Yourself. Akiwa tu kujichocha huku. You're your own role model.
Yeah. Own role
so
model.
You're still doing hip hop?
Yeah.
Haya, director, is Tunya's song ready? We want to see a sample. Anajichocha sana hapa. Tunataka kujua what ufanya freestyle kidogo tusikie kama uko mkali. Hata mimi ni rapper.
Cheki. Vile mi ukam na ish, vile mi jump yani, vile mi jump kwa beat. Wanasema Tunya, mimi ni kama best. Nikiingia kwa nyumba, mnahama quick. Hawa marapa kuna vile wana kama RIP, tumanega cheese, nega plays usisnitch utapigwa fist. Mimi ni selfish, si kwangu kuna pikwa fish. Yo, ama G, ama gangster. Daily utanipata tu nikiwa juu ya meda. Haso ndo niekange food juu ya meza. Maidha utanipatanga kwa stu, mimi natema niko strong. Hakuna night try kunkomesha. Legendary kazile hook za benga.
Wazi Tunya. Hey, good job. Niko na swali. Manucho wewe unafanya stories patriotic songs.
Mimi nafanya patriotic.
Kuna ngoma any other type unafanya ama ni patriotic songs pekee? Maana nasikia kidogo Tunyamaze lyrics zako mazee si za kuimba asubuhi. Utatuambia ni kwa nini?
Mizangu ni patriotic song. Kuna ngoma kama inakuja zote kabisa real mimi. Mupiga kitu ina happen kwa society. kuna spoken word inajiita HIV AIDS. Niko na vijana tunaonewa, niko na karao, niko na Mr. Politician Timafisi, kuna ngoma inajiita serikali saidia, kuna bariki Kenya, kuna shida ni mob tao, lakini hizo nazo bado zinakuja. Mungu alikuwa amenibless na hiyo kwanza linda inchi, lakini by kitu November hapo serikali saidia inakuja na najua hiyo ndio itakuwa hit.
Hiyo ndio itakuwa hit.
Itakuwa hit kwanza.
Hata si yenye umeimba sahi.
Hii sasa ilikuwa introduction, unajua first born haizi kuwa perfect kama last born.
Sasa hebu tupatie kidogo hiyo yenye unasema itakuwa hit.
Serikali saidia.
Yeah, serikali saidia.
Twende. Serikali tusema saidia, ati serikali tusema saidia. Serikali tusema saidia. Serikali sio serikali. Serikali ni kusaidia Wakenya serikali. Ngoja kwanza niwaambie. Maisha imepanda bei tushaji serikali. Maisha imekuwa gari kama vile gari. Unga inaniliki serikali saidia. Sukari imepanda bei tunakunywa ngandufi.
Wazitunya kazi kwako. Umesikia mstari hapo? Mpaka yani hata namuongelesha hataki, lazima amalize hiyo sentence. Na wewe Tunya bana, hizi lyrics zako ni vipi bana? Mbona unachagua kutumia nini?
Nivitumia kupitia kwa streets. Ndio tunaona zikifanyika.
Siko explicit sana bana. Hiyo ndio inasela ama?
Not selling. Mimi niko hivyo. That's me.
That's you. Yeah. Hizo ndio vitu ziko ndani ndio.
That's me.
Yeah. So like when you're speaking, you normally like cuss out and like why are you saying that's you?
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Being an artist, perspective yangu ya kuwa msanii na my personal life are two different things.
But you've just said that's you. That's why you sing that explicit.
I sing that because hiyo ndio kitu niliblessiwa nayo.
Wewe Tunya bana, uliblessiwa kuimba explicit?
No.
So hata hatuwezi cheza ngoma hapa sasa hivi. Video iko na nudity nini? Iko sawa. Okay. So what inspires your music?
What inspires my music? Things that happen on the street on the daily, vitu zinafanyika pale mtaani.
Ni issues kama gani ziko pale Waited zinafanya mpaka unatoa ngoma?
Vitu mob.
Insecurity iko ama iko sawa?
Unajua tu streets vitu kama hizo zi.
Niambie wewe ndio Waited. Nini ina happen huko down?
Vijana kutumia drugs. Ni kitu tu ina happen pale mtaani on the daily. So ni vitu tu tunaziangalia na tunazisema kwa muziki.
Okay. Nani amekuwa mentor wako so far? Apart si semi role model, umesema wewe ni role model wako. So who has been mentoring? Unajua kuna a few people ambao wamekushika mkono the entire time. Ni kama kina nani in your musical career?
My musical career?
Yes.
Mimi nimejishika mkono peke yangu.
Haki. Wewe Tunya bana, umejishika mkono peke yako. Na wewe Manucho?
Mimi nitawaamini. Niko na kutoka kwa familia, mtu wa kwanza ni madhangu. Kwa sababu unajua wengine walicheki Manucho hawezi. Lakini niye ndio alinishikilia. Mtu wa pili ni bro yami. Alafu outside from the family, niko na MCA wetu. Julius Takimacharia. Tulipatananga tu coincidence.
So una insist, una maintain wewe umejishika mkono?
Nimejishika mkono but siwezi kosa watu wamenisaidia pali plani.
Utaki kwa big up kuambia sana
I know she's watching. I told her to watch today.
Oh, hi mom. Anaitwa nani?
Pamela.
Hi Pamela.
And my mom. And my friends. Akina Riki.
Sawa. So tunamaliza issue na Cypher. You will take it away. Wewe ulikuwa umenitengenezea piece, ulikuwa umeniwekea jina. Kama hujaweka jina langu hapo utapapa.
Nimeiweka lakini pia kabla tujafika hiyo tapiga story fulani ya vijana cause mimi na believe Kenya vijana tutambuliki. So lazima ifikie wa Kenya wote.
Okay, sawa. So guys, it's been nice. Thank you for joining us on Friday edition today. I'm going to leave you with a cipher from Manucho and Tunya. Join me next Friday, same time, same place. Remember, we still have stories making headlines in this hour taking place. For example, the Milimani Law Courts case where we have Tabitha Karanja and her husband before the courts. We will have our reporter giving us a live link in the next show, Matukio Nyanjani. So don't go away. There's a lot in our program lineup that you will find very, very interesting. In the meantime, it's kwaheri from me and Manucho. Ama utaki kuambia tu kwaheri. And Tunya, keep watching us. Thank you for supporting upcoming artists. Ama mnajita uprising squeezy. ama make it
Vile tu kutaenda.
Vile tu kutaenda Kitunya haki. Yeah. So until next Friday, it's kwaheri from me. Let me leave you with the cipher from Manucho and Tunya. Take it away.
Okay. Dunia imepoteza mpangilio, sio siri. Imefika mahali wanyama mutunu unajitahiri. Mali si mahasela tunajiri matajiri. Tunalipa madhao school fees chenye tunacheki ni ma university strikes all over. Tunalipa dhao national park chenye tunacheki ni ngiri, not whether you ngiri, yani nguruwe. Nyama msituni, nini kitatusaidia? Na accident zimekuwa ma breakdown. Na kama mnielewi, ngojeni ni break down. Tembea kama prison, uone vile kumeja ma innocent youths. Mwenye alitenda kisa ni Sonko fulani mtaani Mama Millicent. Wakashika vijana wawili innocent, Vincent na Crescent. Uliza washtakiwa jo. Watakishojua kuwa na doha hakutakiwa. Makarao walijaza maobi, manyundo zikagongo kotini, waliba sufuria na visu ikatan robbery with violence. Ati waliba sufuria wakitumia visu. Na sasa Vincent na Crescent ni moja mabusu sugu. Dunia imeturn upside down inside out style noma dema wote dunia duara mviringo. Utavingirika ndani kama vile vigiriri. Kuna watu ninadisi nao si chuki sio siri. Mawaziri wetu wazuri, waajiri wetu wema, lakini nyinyi ndiyo majangili. Mamilioni na mabilioni za youth fund kupotea, na huku masonko youth fund wanatuflata with the pretty coins. Ni mara ngapi tumeungana kama mayouth, tuende tupate loans, tunarudi home alone kama ile movie ya Home Alone. Ni vipaji vingapi vimekoma mitaani, waimbaji, wachoraji, wasanii, na sisi wote ni mayouth. Nikisema vijana tunaonewa, ni kweli tunaonewa. Tembea kwa street uone vile kumeja ma innocent, jobless, educated youths. Vijana tumesoma kwa bidii sio siri. Certificate, diploma, degree, masters, PhD, zote tuko nazo, lakini kwenye interview you are an underage. Kwani kazi na pesa zote ni kwa wazee. Misikitini, kanisani, televisheni all over. Ati vijana ndio viongozi wa kesho. La asha. Vijana ndio viongozi wa leo, na kama sio leo tunaanza sasa hivi TV47. So wazee kwa heshima na washo, wacheni kujifanya mahuru. Kumbukeni Kenya yetu ilipata huru, na hii ndio time huru ya mayouth kuchukua nafasi zao huru kwenye society. Mwanana Manucho aka Kipara aka tajiri mtarajiwa maze Cash Top. Sisi ndio TV47 na TV47 ndio sisi. Our mission, vision, ambition ziko valid every day ever ready. Shikamba kopate power ama kama Kenya Power. TV47 ndio station ya power, enlightening, entertaining, educating Kenyans. TV show yenye kutuma sharp through words, advices, ngoma, show zikiingia kwa brain tunabaki tukitoa cheers wala sio tears kama tears za tear gas. Mtaani kama vile safari ya com, our good, better, best opt TV station TV47. Yani GHETTO manake get higher education to teach each other. Ndio maana Angie amekam kututeach through the TV show. So kama una dis ongeza k equal disc. Nipatie my number 1 cipher Tunya ajoka hapo na kumix up na mascratches zake noma, uenda ukipeleka bifu zako Kenya Meat Commission. Yo
mamboni watu wangu. Yo, it's a cipher. Hey, mambo Miss Ruby, can I please do this? Lunga Tush aka Omosh Nyiri Chumbi na daingiri 10 na siezi disdubis Gana Sdamu dona tambuaga gigs Roni nikishika mic marapa na uonyesha kivumbi mingine juzi tried just to sue me my charges I'm the ish na ribu mazingira tuli graduate na tuko streets hatuna ajira nikicheki in the mirror najipa motisha mimi nasonga bila dira utashikwa shiku ukikam na hasira utapokea vita do kwetu sim vita ni wa binafsi the real deal aka mashifta vile kwa game niko eager na Daifan school at Egerton old school kaile game ya umopika box na usichange njia no manega live alone nimechill na day once ndani ya liquor store nimejibugia mnazi nimeanza ujeru kama Jerumani niko handas na feel kama niko Meru ndani yeah nice one thanks next time